Alright, I'm in the closet. I'm holding stuffed toys. Time to get recording. Let's go. Hello, my name is Inky, and I'm a digital artist. And every year I participate in Art Fight, the arts trading game. Every year my character references look a little bit like this, but this year I'm stepping it up by having them be turnarounds and fully shaded, which is a lot of work, but I'm doing it. Every time I do one of those, I record the speed paint and then I upload it onto YouTube with a voiceover in which I talk about the character and their lore and whatever's up with them. They're all D&D characters, by the way, because I'm just like that about D&D. This week's character is my cleric, who I've just started to play. Say hello to Cyrus on screen now. He's been on screen the entire time. He is a sun cleric for a sun goddess, which makes him a light domain cleric. And being a cleric runs in the family. It's a very tiny goddess, and she's got, I want to say, a couple hundred followers at most. And every generation, she has this one family be her cleric. So passed on from father to son to daughter to whoever. She doesn't discriminate. She just wants it to be this one bloodline. I've played him for an introductory prologue session, but not the campaign yet. So I can't tell you what happens to him because I don't even know myself. Oh God, have mercy on me. Oh, my DM's gonna brutalize this man. He's already been brutalized by yours truly, actually, and that's what his backstory is about. He used to actually travel around with another party as a sort of low-level, low-stakes party of people who just kind of helped around the place, sort of taking up the mantle of his father before him. And then one of them fucking died. Can I say that yet? How early can I say the F word? Fuckity fuck, before YouTube demonetized me. I know you can't say it early on. I hope a minute was enough. Anyway, yeah, one of them died, which was not fun. Especially for the cleric, who was the one in charge of casting the resurrection spells. Low level, so Revivify. Did not work, by the way. Revivify did not work. So there's that. He retired after this. I actually have a drawing of the party, as a character lineup. Here's that. Here's baby Cyrus. That's Mara. She's the party fighter. That one's Aerie. He is the party blade singer. And this is Viola. She's the dead one. Warlock. ASMR Warlock. So after the death of Viola, Cyrus was just like, no, I've seen enough. I'm going back home. And his dad was like, well, someone needs to cleric. I'm nearly 60, but I'll pick it up again. And he sort of started low-level clericing because his father was already retired. He was sort of old, so he was like, okay, I'm going to take it easy. And then he came back home and died also. His father went on little trips and then returned, and then went on little trips and then returned. And the exhaustion of everything kind of got to him. He was a little too old to be doing extensive cleric work. We don't know 100% what it was that killed him, but it was definitely stress and wear related. Probably a heart attack or something. So that's 2 dead people. Yeah, Cyrus isn't doing great. He hasn't left the house in a while. Now, his goddess only has one cleric, so she should have the ability to just pour all of her attention into him, and she does. The thing is that she's also not powerful enough to, easily be able to beam messages into his head. So they have to compromise. Every morning he brews a cup of tea, and she leaves him a message in the cup of tea. It's not divination like Augury the Spell, for example, in which he asks a question and it is answered. Instead, it's this very open-ended, you tell me whatever. I am not asking you a question. I'm not trying to predict an outcome. You just tell me whatever it is you need to tell me. And then he has to interpret that. A bit before his father died, his ex-party mates sent him a letter of hey, what's up? It's us. We figured out what the deal was with why Revivify didn't work on Viola. Come meet us. It's chill. It's good. We'll talk about it. Then his dad died, and he got too caught up in that. And by then, he'd already missed the letter, dates to meet by a while. And, like, it was embarrassing to show up so late, so he just kept putting it off. And, like, he didn't want to leave the house anyway. Lately, however, his goddess has been really insisting that he should make that trip, even if it's late. And she's been insisting so much that he's very reluctantly left the house for the country of Esmain, where one of his party mates is from. Yay! Now, the thing about Cyrus is that he shouldn't have a hard time going to Esmain at all, because he actually has Esmanian citizenship. He's half Esmanian on his mother's side. Now, you might be wondering, Inky, you haven't mentioned his mother, even though you've been talking about his dad for a while. Yeah, that's because Cyrus is also a child of divorce. Yippee! Yeah, I take too much delight in making this man miserable. He is indeed a child of divorce, though, because when he was, like, 10 or so, his mother was like, look, I love your dad and all, but he keeps, like, being away for his cleric work, because when Cyrus was young, his dad would leave for weeks at a time to do, like, cleric trips and then return to show him how to be a proper cleric and the like, and then he'd leave again. He loved his son very much, but he also was a very busy man. And his mother was like, okay, look, I can't with this. I'm just here alone. This isn't even my country, and this man cannot be here for me in the way I need, so I'm just gonna leave. Understandable choice, to be honest. Not to Cyrus, who does not have a mother now because she left when he was 10 and he hasn't heard from her since. But from an outsider point of view, honestly, queen behavior. She needed that. It's understandable. Her son hasn't forgiven her, though. And honestly, he's kind of forgotten about her mostly. Something tells me the DM is going to bring her back, and that's because the DM said she's coming back. He's vaked me on it. She is Esmanian. We're in Esmain. She's going to be an NPC. It's going to be a bloodbath. Her son doesn't know it yet, but it's going to be a bloodbath. For now, he's heading to meet his ex-friends. And he's doing that, all fine, all dandy. He doesn't love it, but whatever. Nah, he's getting ominous tea readings about, like, a 4-pointed star falling, and he's like, okay, well, 4-pointed stars are a symbol for the Yuan-Ti. I'm somewhat close to Yuan-Ti territory. This is just a sign to be cautious about that. That's chill, that's fair. But he eventually leaves that territory. He's still getting ominous tea readings. And one night, when he is staying at a shrine with a couple of shrine keepers, fucking shit starts falling out of the sky. My DM can't keep doing this to me. He can't keep just, like, dropping things on my lap and then just being like, okay, session 0.5 is over. You're gonna have to wait for No! Also, I didn't have to wait for next week because, I took a holiday to see him in person and we didn't play D&D that week because I was traveling. And so now I don't know where this goes. And then he nuked the campaign documents off of his computer. He accidentally deleted them, and I have to wait for him to build up the backlog again, which is honestly so real and fair. But he's plot blue balling me, guys. But yeah, that's the state of affairs for this character. A bunch of meteorites fell out of the sky. And now, he's met a weird robot. That's my friend's character. And that is what happened. Stuff fell out of the sky. We don't know what it is. We don't know where he came from. End of story. How does it feel to get plot blue balled with me? Here's his complete design, my stupid son. He looks like a mess, especially if you compare him to his old, younger self from before everything bad happened, except the divorce. This is after the divorce. And the coat is new, you might have noticed. That would be because the coat used to be his father's. My man is not coping healthily. This is the part of the video where I tell you to, like, comment, subscribe, and maybe, like, send this to a friend or something, because the last couple videos have been doing like crap, and I can't tell what's changed. Also, if you want your characters drawn, I take commissions on Ko-fi.com, also PayPal. I have social medias in which you can follow me to look at my drawings. Also, that's pretty good. And there is a playlist of videos just like this one in which I go feral talking about D&D people. That's all. Goodbye.